I'll tell you a story. When we were in New York for the inaugural of the ship, one day we were in Pier 92, which is up on Manhattan Island, and these are the old classic cruise ship terminals, and they're finger piers that stick out into the Hudson River. So that when you're alongside, you're completely protected from the current of the Hudson. But as soon as you start putting sternway on and backing into the Hudson, you start feeling the current. This particular day we had over 3.5 knots of southerly current. So typically you would have to have a couple big tugs pushing on the stern of the ship to keep the stern up to the north as you back into the Hudson. We brought the Freedom to the Seas out. I was able to put my Azipod at 90 degrees and water straight out. She did not fall to the south at all. Once we had completed the maneuver, there was a captain on a tugboat which was standing by to take another cruise ship out. And he commented on the radio to our pilot. He says, well, now he's seen it all. He's seen the biggest ship in the world go out in a very strong ebb in the Hudson at 3.5 knots and not need the assistance of tugboats. So he was amazed, and I think it's pretty safe to say he was pretty disappointed too. The two Azipods that we have now, in the Freedom we have two Azipods that are the maneuverable ones, the ones that we can rotate 360 degrees, and then we have one fixie pod, which is fixed in its position, and it pushes. But the Azipods are actually pulling. The propellers are in the front, very much like you'd have on an airplane. And the advantage of that is that the propellers then are working in a much more pure environment. The water flow that's hitting the propellers is much more laminated than the case of a propeller that is working at the end of the shaft. So vibrations is not a problem at all with the Azipods. The ability to direct the thrust exactly where we need it, the ability to do a crash stop, for example, keeping the propellers rotating the way that they are, and simply reversing the direction of the propeller 180 degrees is a huge advantage. So certainly Azipods have made a significant contribution to the overall safety levels that we're able to operate under. With the Azipod, I can rotate the entire propeller and direct the forces exactly where I need them. And that's what makes the Azipod such a wonderful tool for the ship handler. Despite the unprecedented size of the Freedom of the Seas, this is without question the easiest ship on our fleet to maneuver, and that's all because of Azipods.